TippmannEffect. I'll show you a couple quick tips for Ebolted 98 custom. First thing is this little nut right here. This nut actually goes or even moving at all. If you don't have that, it'd be a good thing to do to actually go out and get one, so that again, your switch isn't moving around. Once you take the battery box off, you'll notice on most Ebolted 98s, these wires right here at the beginning aren't the best wires, or even soldered there very well. Some suggestions I usually give out, especially if you know how to solder well, is to go out and get some heat shrink, detach these wires from the leads, resolder them, and slide the heat shrink over to protect the wires from coming apart. Also, you got to make sure that none of these are pinched. A lot of times these wires will get pinched between the RAM and the receivers, or it actually gets pinched between the receivers itself. Sometimes you'll notice that the switch itself may not fit very well through this space, or the battery connector won't fit through the space here. I mean, usually it will, but there are times where people do get it stuck or have to actually press them through. One thing that I do to most, if not all, my Ebolted 98s is get a file similar to this, and I'll literally just file this a little bit wider here, just so that nothing gets stuck. Here is actually for the micro line, a little air line that connects to your LPR. I've also had times where, for whatever reason, the line didn't fit very well through here, so I used the same file, could probably even use a Dremel, and made this slot right here a little wider. This micro switch right here is adjustable. There's a screw right here that will probably need to be loosened up before you can move it. But as you can see, you could move it forward and back, so you could adjust it. It actually is better than having to make a trigger adjustment or adjuster. You could just move this forward or back to adjust how far you have to pull the trigger before the micro switch goes off. Another thing is, some people I prefer one for the fact that it's actually a little too light for my liking. It doesn't return very well, but that's another thing you can do.